I might as well do the warbles video while I'm out here in the sun. So I'll do another video. It really is lovely out here. Alright, so warbles, I'm really not going to keep arguing this crap with you. You keep arguing crap that I'm not arguing. So I don't need your patronizing nonsense about this. That when I said, I know what regulators do. I know how alternators turn on. What I'm saying is, if you gave the controller of the vehicle control over that mechanism, then they could optimize when the alternator turns on and when the alternator turns off, instead of letting a dumb, stupid mechanical device decide, I'm going to fill the battery up even though you're going uphill and you need every bit of horsepower you can get. That's kind of stupid now, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's right. It's fucking stupid. So yeah, we should have the ability to just turn the damn thing on and turn the damn thing off. But obviously people don't. You give people control, then they'll leave it off, and then their battery will go dead. But look, we have computers now. There could be computers. They could bleep a little light, and it'll be a suggestion light, and it'll say, "I suggest you turn it off." And then it could say, "Beep beep, I suggest you turn your alternator on, or your battery's going to go flat, you asshole." But whatever. I mean, again, I don't want to argue this whole idea that you need this thing on the roof of your car when it's only getting 30 watts of power. It just seems to me, and you're not even getting your 30 watts, and you know it because you have it flat on the top of the roof. Okay, so you're knocking at least 30% off its efficiency. Midday you're doing fine, but in summer, but the rest of the time you're not doing so swell in terms of the efficiency of the panel. So you're better off with a panel that you can have move with the sun, and to get the most out of it. And yeah, I mean, I'd say charge batteries at home, and then at night have the juice pumped into your car. Even if you have to have a spare backup, two-start type battery in the car, that's always maintained, like a little mini battery that's just for, like, it guarantees you 2 good starts. Has enough juice for 2 good starts, or some kind of backup system like that, and then you could run the battery all the way down. I think you'd save more, or else you'd have the real savings that you're talking about, because I don't think it's actually real. But whatever. I'm really not going to argue, because you're not going to argue what I'm saying. You're going to argue what you're saying, and then the end of your video was the part that it told the tale. It's just you wait to the end of the video to finally get to my point, and what's your big argument? It's too much trouble to unplug and plug in a car. Yeah, so connecting a connector is too much trouble. So you'll sit there and spend 2 weeks hand carving your aerodynamic solar panel, custom fitted to any vehicle. That's only what, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth of labor. That makes sense to you, but unplugging a panel does not. Sorry, those aren't my rational equations. I consider the energy that has to be put into the device to put on the car has to be part of the equation of the efficiency equation. And whether manufacturers should install them, again, I guess I would argue that if they really thought they could gain the kind of numbers you're talking about, I mean real miles per gallon savings, if they could claim a 2 or 3 mile per gallon increase in a vehicle by putting a solar panel on it, I'm telling you they would do it. Okay, because in this country there would have been huge advantage in the number of cars you're allowed to sell if you can do those fuel economy numbers. So I think the bottom line is they didn't find it practical. That when you add up everything, the maintenance problems, the this, the that, that it's not doing enough. That the 30 watts isn't enough. Especially, but you got to concede, if they built it right into the roof, no one even sees the roof of their car. Most cars, well, the old days anyway, car roofs were above most people's eye level. So they didn't even see the roof. So, it wouldn't really matter aesthetically, but I don't even think they're that ugly anyway. But maybe in the future we'll see them, and as built-ins. But I'm still going to argue that I don't see any point in putting fragile components on the vehicle, and I don't think you're going to gain enough especially if you just change how the alternator works, and if you did use it as a drag device, not on the engine but on the axle even. If you ran it off the front axle, then at least you could turn it into a brake, right? So all they have to do is run the alternator off the front axle, and then it's a brake. So then all this becomes moot, because you're going to gain enough from the braking effect of using the alternator as a brake to compensate for any weaknesses in the battery. Because the alternator, again, can pump out 7 or 8 or 900 watts of power. And so it's going to blow your panel away in terms of efficiency when the car is moving. Where your panel has advantage is when the car is not moving. And it's not moving most of the time at home. So why not just have the panel portable? And even put them on office buildings and parking lots, and then people can sit inside their parking lot, inside the garage, and they can have their battery charged up from panels on the roof of the building where they work. Even that makes more sense to me than putting individual panels on top of everybody's car. So, but into this conversation. Thank you very much. The end. Fuck you.